can't hammer a nail without hitting your fingers too. Then take a look at this pro and believe that it's possible. These workers never ask the foreman for a crane to transport cement up to the roof, because they can do it faster themselves. This guy invented an ingenious way to smooth out cement, and he was sure that he had thought of everything. But the foreman had a few things to say about his work. So here's another way to level the cement. I have a secret for you. The machine doesn't make the road markings. This guy just does it by hand with extreme precision. This team always finishes the job before everyone else because they're more synchronized than a bunch of robots. Guys, just don't overdo it. What could be more boring than painting mile-long curves? Not for these lazy geniuses. That's right. This is the dream job. Well, it takes an ordinary worker all day to plaster a wall. This guy can do it in just a matter of seconds. And here's how. This is just a professional construction worker leaving the job site there for his shift. It seems the builders have wasted the whole morning setting up bricks. But wait, at this rate, they'll finish the job by the end of the week, haha. Does it look like this worker just decided to paint on the road? Wrong. He's actually patching up that annoying pothole with a quick drying resin. This guy cuts metal with scissors like it's paper, and he does it without using a single stencil. And I can't even cut a snowflake out the right way. With this level of excavator skills, I'm sure this guy uses it for everything at home. What gets your hands dirty, right? And this is why we pay taxes. So the smart government civil engineer can flush our money right down the drain? You won't believe how these guys have optimized the system to deliver cement to the upper floors. Why spend a whole week paving the road when you can get the same results in just a few minutes? So I've been scammed my whole life. The way this girl solves the problem of applying putty to high ceilings deserves an award. And this puttier has perfected her technique. Opening portals to hell is a common thing for this worker, because that's how he repairs roofs, with a hot tar. But maybe he can still bring my ex back home. If your kid asks you why they need to learn geometry, just show them this video. Applying stucco isn't all that hard if you're brave and fast enough. This is what my cat does with the cat litter. If you thought that workers carefully picked out various stones for your wall quite, then you are very mistaken. They just use stamps. These guys are getting paid for every block they like, and at this rate they'll be buying this building soon. The fact that this woman came up with such an idea of using a sponge and some paint is a nightmare for decorative brick manufacturers. A true professional doesn't need the right tool, cause he can make a tool out of anything. For example, out of another professional. They forgot to give this guy a grout gun, but luckily he had a plastic pipe. Here's another genius sheet method for making a brick wall without bricks. I'm gonna go check my walls. Wow, it works on asphalt too. I'm starting to doubt the existence of bricks. This guy always wanted to be a circus performer, but construction paid better. The driver of this excavator came up with the most creative way to fit a shower into a busy schedule. This worker made a stencil that imitates 15 bricks for decorating a wall, and it can be reused over and over. This is what happens when your Bollywood career's over and you have to go work in construction. How many people does it take to lay such a pipe? Just 2 if they're brilliant. Macaulay Culkin could use this life hack for quickly spreading glue all over the floor. If the Flesh ever had to change jobs, he could learn how to roof from this guy. 1 brick weighs approximately 3 kilograms. Now count how many kilograms this person is carrying and explain to me how. But he's got nothing on this girl. Not only is this an awesome cement decoration idea, but it's also as simple as possible. Literally like getting a piece of cake. Even an ordinary worker's inner engineer can be awoken when his arms aren't long enough for the job. Here's how to lay out cement perfectly. If you have the talent or you've done it 1,000 times, These creative people figured out that they could use glass bottles to make a house as warm as if it had a 3-layered brick wall. If you think it's impossible to level cement on an angle, just check out the solution these workers in China came up with. At first, this may seem like the beginning of some kind of horror film, but watch to the end, and then you too can make the coolest coffee table ever with the help of some gloves and cement. In one easy motion, this genius can literally carve stones out of plaster, while others are bothering with Lana Foundation. These workers are building a house on bricks. I didn't know that was possible. Suddenly your roof needs to be redone on it. If you're tired of traditional bricklaying, try this guy's method. This is the circle of life for a tire. First it breaks the road, then becomes the road. If they lived a good life, they get turned into walls. Here's what the strongest stairs in the world look like. Bricks on the inside and a perfect layer of concrete on the outside. Look at how this team of cleaners works together like a well-oiled machine and cleans the floor with the speed of a tsunami. This guy is too lazy to go back for a second trip, so he grabs all the contents of the van. You don't have to dry out the work site for this excavator operator because he is the king of gravity. If I were him, I would definitely work in my swim shorts. The way these guys laid concrete perfectly should be the new standard of smoothness. And now let's see how a machine does it. Whose is better? Cast your vote in the comments. This man can easily handle a load of 19 bricks, weighing 66.5 kilograms on his head. Meanwhile, you're whining about your 50-kilogram wife. You'll never guess what this truck is carrying. A 40-meter blade from a windmill. This worker has one job: launching a 20,000-ton ship on the water. Want to know what this pro is doing right now? Preparing the asphalt for compaction. I thought for sure these guys were making some for Lord of the Rings, until I realized it was a metal fence, heated to 1,000 degrees Celsius. The work itself isn't the hardest part of the job. For this crew, it's dismantling the scaffolding. After they're done, they have nerves of steel. This guy's found a unique way of making money without even looking up from his favorite apple. His friends call him Wise Shoulder Jeff. This is why the generation that grew up on Tetris is way cooler than the one that grew up on Minecraft. So, how do they get out of the cabs? Think this guy's an idiot for spending the whole morning setting up these bricks. Watch to the end, and you'll see what a genius he actually is. Haha Express of the question. Want to know how to earn $40,000 and work just 2 days a year, every 6 months? Climber Kevin Schmidt climbs to the top of a 457-meter television tower to change the light bulb. This current is powerful enough to level an entire city, but not enough to take out this determined driver and his 10-ton truck. Someone must have really needed those locks. What's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of styrofoam? Well, it doesn't matter when this worker can stack styrofoam in such symmetrical stacks.